Hello there, good evening. Once again, this is Lamid Sane of LSWAT, and welcome to the second part of this tutorial series, which is Introduction to Sass CSS Preprocessors. And in this tutorial video, we're going to be having a look at how to install Sass and its few programs that you need to be able to run Sass. Okay, so if you notice, we are on the sass-lang.com website here, and it says on the right hand side, download. So when you click on that link, it should take you to this page, which actually has some instructions how to install Sass gems. Gems are some little like sort of packages that you need to install to be able to use Sass. But before you can actually do this, you need to install something called Ruby. So to be able to install Ruby, you need to go to this URL over here, which is www.ruby-lang.org. Okay, so on the right hand side here, it says download Ruby. So when you click on that link, it should open up another link, and I am just I've actually opened up all those links just so it's quick. Sometimes the internet lags, and when you click on download, it should bring you to this page, and scroll right to almost the bottom where it says install Ruby for Windows. So there is a title here called Ruby installer. So if you're on Windows, you can just click Ruby installer link over here. I'll explain in a second if you're on Mac how to install it. So click on Ruby installer, and that should bring you to this website here. And when you click on download Ruby, that should open up a page in a second. So here we are on the download page for the Ruby installer, and if you look at the archives over here, it shall say list you the Ruby versions to download. So you can just click on the first one, which most likely will be the most stable one, and then it should download and then install that package. I have already done that, so I wouldn't download this again. So once you install that package, you can actually just open up your command line and type let's look at this page over here. Now after you've installed Ruby, you can now install Sass. So when you go to your command line, you should just type this gem install Sass, and that should install Sass for you. So there is other instructions here to install pre-release versions of Sass, but I wouldn't suggest for you to do that. Okay, so now that you've installed the Sass gem, Now let's open up the command line and actually just test that Sass is working. So the command line is here, which is just test Sass-v, and when you've typed that, you should see that it gives you the Sass version you're using. So I'm using Sass version 3.2.5. So that should show you that you have Sass installed. If you see some other error message, know that you haven't installed Sass or Ruby properly. So after that, now we're gonna have to install programs that let us compile Sass. Okay, so the one that we're going to be using in this tutorial series is called Prepress, and it's at this URL alphapixels.com/prepress. So it's free, and there is a pro version. I haven't used that one, but I guess it has some extra features. But I actually noticed that this feature has all the stuff that we need for this tutorial series, so that's what we're going to stick with. So there is a Windows version, and there is a OS X version, and there is a extension for live reload, but we're not going to use that in this tutorial series. Okay, so let's just download the Windows version if you're on Windows, or Mac version if you're on OS X. So just download those two and install them. And there are other two actually, which if this isn't working for you, you can try those, or in your free time, there is one called Scout, which is at this URL here, mhs.github.io/Scout app, and it's also another alternative you can use if you don't want to use Prepress. And this one is available on both Mac and Windows. There is another alternative which actually I use in my professional work, which is called CodeKit. But mind you that this isn't free. There is no free version. There is a trial version, but it's not free. After trial version time, you have to buy it to be able to continue using it. This I find that is the one that I'm most familiar with and is my preference. Not necessarily the best, probably, but it's the one that I use on a day-to-day basis on my Mac. Okay, so now just one more thing. I want to remember I said I'll show you how to install Ruby on Mac. Let's go to the Ruby page over here, the downloads page for Ruby, and let's scroll down to the part where it says Ruby installer for Mac. So if you come to this area of the downloads page for Ruby, it should say there are instructions on how to install Ruby. So probably if you have something like brew installed on your Mac, you can just say brew install Ruby. Or there are also there's a wiki here. You can click on it, which I won't go into details just to make this tutorial short. You can click on it and that should show you probably some details on how to install Ruby on your Mac. It shouldn't be that hard, but if you have issues doing that, just let me know in the comments or on my website at lswebapps.com, and I should be very glad to help you. Okay, so just one last thing. I have already installed Prepress, so I'll just boot it up quickly and I'll show you how to bring your project into Prepress. So when you start Prepress, this is what you see. Initially it's empty. It says please drag and drop a folder to start a new project. So this is my folder here with the index.html and some CSS and SCSS folder. Right now this is empty. This index.html doesn't have much in it. So in order to bring that into the Prepress window over here, you just have to drag the folder. So let's get out one folder up. Let's drag this and just bring it here, and that's it. It's just like magic. Okay, so it says that there is nothing that Prepress can compile. Hit F5 after adding new files. So I actually don't have anything in these two folders, which are CSS and HTML, so that's why it's complaining that there is nothing in Prepress. Okay, so just to cut this tutorial series short, next we're going to be looking at variables, wherein I'll actually show how to first compile Sass and actually make use of this Prepress program. Okay, that's it guys, and if you have any questions, please let me know at my website forum at lswebapps/forums, and I should be very glad to help you. And that's it. Thanks for watching guys. I hope you're looking forward to the next videos. Bye.